What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're back with Sweden. As promised, I told y'all 5 to 7 videos today about Sweden, and we here with the don'ts of Sweden. With the, I forgot what this channel, I think this is Wolters World channel, I believe. So we here having him give us some info about Sweden, what not to do. Y'all hit that subscribe button, y'all send down those recommendations, and let's check it out.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we are here in the islands of Stockholm. And I'll tell you why I'm not telling you the name later, because it's Swedish, and we always have problems with that. And today what we have for you are the don'ts of visiting Sweden. And the first don't I have for you is don't ignore the line culture. Look, in Sweden, they love their lines, and even if you don't see the line there, everybody knows who was first, who was second, who was third. So don't try to jump the line, whether it's at the bus or getting on a ferry or doing whatever. They do follow the line, so do be careful with that because they are pretty strict with that one. So that's the first thing, is don't skip the line.
I mean, you shouldn't do that anywhere, you know what I'm saying? You could probably get away with that, like, in middle school, high school type of, not in, like, real life. Yeah, some people get mad at you for real.
Follow who went first and things like that. My second don't for you is if you're lucky enough to get invited to a Swede's home, which you probably will because the people are really nice here, is don't wear your shoes inside their house. It's like the biggest insult when you go to somebody's home. And when you go in, you're going to see they'll have places to put your shoes all the time. So just take your shoes off, put it there. Sometimes they might have slippers for you, sometimes not. It's okay, but just know you're going to take your shoes off. So if you got stinky socks and feet, make sure you wear clean socks and wash your feet before you go there, okay? Now,
Okay, Walter, so far I know what he's talking about, because, man, y'all chewed me out for that one when about the shoes in the house thing, so I know he's telling the truth.
And feet, make sure you wear clean socks and wash your feet before you go there, okay? Now, my third don't for you is probably more related to the tourists that when we come here is, when you come to Sweden, you're going to want to go to the clubs and the bars and things like that because they've got some really fun clubs around the country. But the thing is a lot of times, especially here in Stockholm, you have what's called face control. So my don't for you for this is don't expect to get into a club if you don't dress the part. You do have to dress up when you go out here, because there will be people like pointing, okay, you can go in, you can go in, you can go in. Now, this is more of a Stockholm issue, but it does happen in other places around the country, so don't dress like crap when you come here. There's a reason why we all wear H&M stuff. That's a Swedish company, because they got some...
It said a Walters World shirt won't get you in the club. I wonder what he wore to get into the club.
It's like crap when you come here. There's a reason why we all wear H&M stuff. That's a Swedish company because they got some really cool, cheap style here. So go hit one of the thousands of stores in the country so you can look good when you go out. And then you can actually get in when you want to go out.
I shop at H&M anyways,
Now, my fourth don't for you is don't worry too much about your safety when you come to Sweden. Yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff in the news about things going on here, but the thing is Sweden is very safe. And just like anywhere you go, if you go to the parts you're supposed to go to and don't go to the parts you're not supposed to go to, you're going to be okay. And that's one of the things is we have our kids here and we let them kind of run around and have a good time because Sweden is really safe. So don't worry about your safety too much. But just like anywhere, you want to pay attention. I mean, there's even pickpocket signs in the airport when you're going through the passport check, okay? So just a heads up on that, but you don't have to worry too much about the safety. Another don't I have for you is don't forget to bring a credit card with a PIN number, okay? Because they don't always take cash here, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but just one thing you should know. Also kind of a don't with that one is don't bring euros. They use the Swedish crown here, so you're going to use the Swedish krona when you do pay, but you will most likely use credit card instead of cash. So don't take out a bunch of money from the ATM when you come here because you're going to be using your credit card most of the time. And I mentioned that because our next don't is don't expect a cheap vacation in Sweden. Unless you're coming from Norway. If you're coming from Norway, this place is cheap. But if you're coming from anywhere else, look, Sweden is not a cheap place to go. Drinking, eating, hotels, things like that throughout the country, it is really pricey. So,
hey, I ain't gonna lie, because I was looking at plane tickets. It's not cheap, but for a good price, you will have to stay like at least a week to get a good price on a flight. At least from the U.S., from where I am. I was looking at some. I said, okay, it's not too bad, but for a good price, I would have to stay longer than like 3 or 4 days, which isn't bad.
Make sure you prepare your pocketbook for when you come here. And that's why when I tell a lot of people, it's like, look, you can do the Scandinavian tour and things like that, but also throw in the Baltics. Go over to Tallinn and Riga and Lithuania and stuff like that, and you can like kind of balance out the money you're going to spend, because this is not a cheap place to come. Now, my seventh don't for you is don't expect the Swedish food to wow you. Look, new Scandinavian cuisine is actually really good. The new stuff after this, it got influence and fusion from all over. But the traditional Swedish foods, you know, like the herring and the 19 versions of herring and things like that. And there's other things out there.
Okay,
probably not. There's probably a reason why you don't see so many Swedish restaurants around the world. Now, the new Scandinavian, the restaurants they have here has actually good food. But traditional Swedish food is probably not what you're going to be looking for to enjoy a lot. There are some good stuff, like their cinnamon rolls. Oh my God, they're fantastic. Right, but just know, when you're going to be going out to eat here, go try new Scandinavian cuisine or other things here. So you have a lot of different international flavors. You'll have that. That's good. But the traditional local stuff is, well, like I said, check how many Swedish restaurants are in your hometown. Now, my eighth don't for you is don't worry if you don't understand anything in Swedish. You'll see words and go, like this over here says Fjäderholmarniskrog. I have no idea what the hell that says. And you'll have that a lot of times in Swedish, like, dude, I have no idea. But it's okay. Throughout Sweden, people speak English, German. You have all kinds of languages people speak here, because the Swedes are really good, and they have really, really good accents. I mean, it's one of the places where you go, they speak the language, and you're like, are you a tourist as well? Oh, no, I'm Swedish. I had English in school. Their English is fantastic, so don't worry about that. But I will say a little extra don't on there is don't do your Swedish, your Swedish chef impression, because a lot of people go, oh, yeah, Swedish. You flirty, blurty, flirty, blurty. Like, the Swedes won't get that upset. They might laugh at you, but it's more like the kind of thing. So maybe don't do the Swedish chef when you are here. Now, my ninth don't for you is don't worry about the Swedish silence. Look, when you're on, like, you taking the subway here in Stockholm, or you're taking buses throughout the country, you're taking the trains, you'll notice it's very quiet. Like, you hear the birds here going. The Swedes are very...
I mean, that's a good thing. Who don't like some peace and quiet? You know what I'm saying?
Reserved and quiet, except when they're drinking. Then they just start singing all kinds of crazy songs. But in general, it's really kind of quiet. And if you're talking and you're hanging out with Swedes and there's not a lot of people talking, don't be upset by it. That's a normal kind of thing, okay? So don't worry about the Swedish silence, all right? I guess another little don't is if one of your Swedish friends says, oh, we're going to have a special dish from Sweden, and they're going to say, oh, we're going to have surströmming. Look, that is fermented Baltic herring, possibly the most stinkiest thing you can actually eat. And oh my God, so don't get tricked by your Swedish friends, because they do like to do that sometimes. And if you do have that, don't eat it in your house. Eat it outside.
I'm guessing he got tricked into eating it, and he was like, oh my God, there's a terrible.
And like let the neighbors know, because it is insanely disgustingly smelling, but actually doesn't taste that bad. But the smell is... well, it's just not good. Now, my 11th don't for you is don't gawk, okay? Look, I'm not going to lie to you. The people in Sweden are really good looking. The guys and the girls are gorgeous. You look around going, my God, they look so good. My God, they're so good looking. And they dress really well. And you're saying, wait, wouldn't they all get in the clubs because they want to? Look, just don't gawk too much when you are here, because they are quite good looking when you are here. A couple other little...
It's funny because the next video I'm doing is why is the Swedes so attractive. So that's funny he said that, because I'm doing
little things you might want to realize is don't think the Swedish fish candy we have in the U.S. and other places, they don't have Swedish fish here. You're not going to buy Swedish fish in a bag. What you're going to do is you're going to go to a candy store. In the candy store, you'll get a scooper, and then you...
Okay, I had the Balar. I haven't had that Polly. Is that Polly? What else? Somebody only had the Balar. The Algrens Balar. Those are the only ones I had. Some of those look pretty good. Right?
Fish in a bag. What you're going to do is you're going to go to a candy store. In the candy store, you'll get a scooper, and then you scoop up things that look like the Swedish fish to put in a bag, and you do it that way. So don't go in looking for the bags of it, like prepackaged. You're going to go to a candy store, dig it out, and put it into a bag for you. Also, don't call don't call IKEA IKEA, okay? IKEA in the U.S. is from here. And it's nowhere near as popular here as it is in the U.S. Like in the U.S., you say, oh, I went to IKEA. And everyone's like, oh, you got that IKEA? Oh, my God. And here it's like, oh, yeah, I went to IKEA and I got it. It's like another place to go shopping, all right? So don't be thinking it's a magnificent and wonderful thing as we find in the U.S., as they might not find it the same way here. IKEA. Oh, and I guess I have one other don't I have for you for Sweden. if you're gonna be sailing in the islands and stuff like that, don't go on a boat that's called broken, because yes, it was quite prophetic that it broke down while we were going through the archipelagos. So it was a little bit scary, but it worked out okay. We got towed and had some fun and melted through some things, but it was good. But just don't take a boat called broken. Just FYI. Anyway, I hope this helps you enjoy more of Sweden. It is a really cool place. I highly recommend it. We have all kinds of videos on visiting Sweden. 10 things that'll shock you about Sweden. 5 things you'll love and hate. What you should eat when you're here, because yes, there are some things you should eat. I know I made fun of the surströmming, but in the food in general, but there are some really cool things you should try. Anyway, if you want to learn more, check us out on our website at woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and we really appreciate your likes, subscriptions, and we hope you have a great time here in Sweden, but don't worry, you will. Your wallet won't, but you will. Bye from Sweden. Oh, and the reason why I didn't say what this island was out loud is because I can't pronounce it, and that's one of the things about Swedish. Like, you're just like, I don't know how to pronounce these things. If you like that last travel video, click over here for more videos.
Okay, I like Walter's World. He always gives some good info. Got a good sense of humor and stuff. I just feel like traveling, period, is going to hit your pocketbook. It's going to hit that wallet. So anytime you want to travel and have a good time, it's going to be pricey. I don't care if you can get a cheap flight, cheap hotel. You're going to want to buy some stuff. You're going to want to buy some food. You're going to eat good. It's going to be expensive to travel. You know what I'm saying? But definitely got Sweden on the list. Definitely can't wait. It is, like I said, it is pricey, but for a good price, you gotta stay a little longer. So, but y'all let me know. I know he was right on most of them. Y'all let me know some other don'ts in Sweden. I felt he was right on all of them, because I heard most of these already myself. But y'all let me know if there's more don'ts of Sweden. That's all I have for this video. Y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations. Y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.